Good morning and welcome to your Monday Maths. I'm very excited about this week. So last week we did lots of work on 3D shapes, okay? And you did a fantastic job, so well done. Some of those shapes are really tricky. Now this week we're doing something a little bit different and I'm very excited. We are going to be learning all about weighing, okay? We're going to be finding out things that are heavy and things that are light, okay? And we're going to be using lots of different ways to weigh things, okay? So your mission today is to make a set of balance scales. So a set of balance scales is like your two hands, okay? So they're both the same. And as soon as you put something in one hand, what's going to happen to those balancing scales is one's going to go down. So if I put this glue stick in this hand and I've got nothing in this hand is going to go down because my glue stick is heavier than nothing in that hand. Okay, but if I put my big hand gel in this hand and I've got my glue stick in this hand, which hand do you think is going to go down this time? And which one do you think is going to go up? Okay, yeah, so you're right. My hand gel is going to go down and my glue stick's going to go up. Why is that? Why is my hand gel going down and my glue stick going up? Yes, that's right. My hand gel is the heaviest and my glue stick is the lightest. Okay, but before we start our maths this week, you need to make yourself a set of balance scales. So on the plan, you will see you need a coat hanger. It doesn't have to be a coat hanger like this. It might be a different coat hanger, as long as you've got a coat hanger. Okay, then you will need some containers. Now, these containers can be paper cups. It can be yogurt pots, or it can be plastic cups or plant pots, anything that you've got that are the same. They need to be the same, okay? You can't have a plastic cup and a paper cup, okay? You've got to see. So maybe at lunchtime today, you might need to eat 2 yogurts, so you've got 2 yogurt pots, or in the garden shed, you might have 2 plant pots, okay? As long as they're the same, they're good to do. So I'm going to use my yogurt pots. So I've got my 2 yogurt pots. So you need a coat hanger, 2 yogurt pots, you need some sellotape, you need some scissors, and you need some string or ribbon, okay, because this is the bit that you need to measure. So first job you need to do is hang your coat hanger up. So you might want to hang it on a door handle or hang it on a bar so it's nice and straight. Then you're going to have your ribbon, okay, or your piece of string. And what you need to do is you need to measure the pieces of ribbon so they are the same. So I've got my ruler here. Can you see my ruler? And it goes from 1 all the way over to 30. So I'm going to make my ribbon 30 centimetres long. So I'm going to put the ribbon at the top of my ruler and I'm going to go right the way down to 30 and measure it. And then I'm going to cut right at the end of that one. Okay, so I've got my ribbon, that is 30. Then I need to do it again because I need 2 bits that are the same. So pop it on my ruler. I'm going to pull it all the way down and then I'm going to cut. And then hopefully you have got 2 bits of ribbon that are the same size. Okay, you might want to make yours a little bit longer, but I'm doing mine a little bit quick. Then what you need to do is you've got your yogurt pots. Now on the plan it says you can punch holes in, but yogurt pots and plastic bits are a bit hard to stick holes in. So all you can do is get your sellotape, and what you need to do is you need to stick your ribbon in the pot of your yogurt pot. Now this time you need to make sure that you've got quite a lot of sellotape because we're going to be weighing things that are a little bit heavy and you don't want your yogurt pots to fall off your piece of ribbon. So make sure you stick it and use lots of sellotape. So that's one pot, and I'll do the same again for my other pot. I'm going to stick my ribbon inside. Okay. And then what's going to happen next is we're going to tie the other end of the ribbon to the coat hanger. So I'm just making sure that I am sticking my sellotape. So you can just watch this video first and then you might want to watch it again and pause it at different bits so you know what you're doing when you do it. So I've got my ribbon and I've got my yogurt pots. Okay, we're going to stick these onto my coat hanger. So I'm going to tie a knot onto my coat hanger. Whoops. Okay, this is why you need to have it on a door handle because it makes this a little bit easier. Okay, so we've got one yogurt pot on that side. I have to flip my paper because it keeps falling off. There we go. Let's keep it there. That's better. So can you see it's already gone down one side? So I'm going to stick my other yogurt pot on the other side, and hopefully it will balance out. So when you're tying this bit, you might need your mummy's and daddy's help, because the ribbons need to be the same, okay? So you need to make sure that they're tied at the same, they're the same length. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so we've got our 2 yogurt pots, and I would say they're about the same, okay? Then you need to test it. So on mine, can you see that my yogurt pots are falling down? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick another bit of ribbon on the front side of it. So this is your yogurt pots. I mean, if you do it with a cup and you hole punch it, it might be easier. But if you're doing yogurt pots like me, you might have to add a bit of ribbon or string at the front and at the back so it doesn't tip, because if we're putting things in it, then the things are going to tip out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add an extra bit of ribbon on the front of my yogurt pots. Okay, so making sure that they sit up a little bit better. There we go, and I'll stick one on the other side. And then we need to test it out. We need to see if they work. So let's stick it up so we make sure. I'm going to tie that bit on that side, just like that. There we go. And I'll show you what they look like in a minute. Now I'm doing it really quickly because I want you to have time to make your own. So you can take a little bit longer making your one at home. So I'm just going to tie a quick knot in that one. Let's do it down here so you can see. So before, if I'll show you a bit closer. So can you see, when I only used one ribbon, my yogurt pot was swinging. But now I've put 2 ribbons on, it's like made a little boat. Okay, so it's made a little seat for my objects to go in. So let's just tie that bit of ribbon on that one. And then we're going to see if we need to test them. So when we're testing them, you need to find 2 objects that are the same. Okay, so I've got 2 pairs of scissors here, and I know they weigh the same. Now what you'll see is when we have our balancing scales ready, okay, there we go. Can you see? I've got my balancing scales ready. What you can do is you can hook it on your finger, okay? And what should happen now is if I put a pair of scissors in one of my yogurt pots, carefully, because you don't want to break it, okay, they will go down. Ooh, if they can stay in, hold on. Let me put it in carefully. Okay, can you see that that side has gone down and that side of my balance scale has gone up because there's nothing in it. So it's working so far. What about if I put scissors in the other side? What do you think should happen? Yeah, they should be the same. So carefully pop them in again. Okay, don't fall out, scissors. It's like a balancing act. That's why you've got to make sure that your yogurt pots or your cups are big enough to put objects in. There we go. Can you see now that they are balancing and they are the same? So that's telling me that these scissors weigh the same. Okay, I'm going to test it with something else this time. I'm going to put my glue stick in one. Okay, so let's carefully put my glue stick in one. I think these are a little bit big to fit in my yogurt pot. Can you stand up in it? Let's see. So just take your time when you're doing this. Whoop, that one's not going to stay in. Okay, let me put my pen in. Got my pen, pop it in my yogurt pot. There we go. So can you see that my pen has already gone down? Okay, because it's a balance scale. So my pen is heavier than nothing. So what should I put in the other side? Oh no, I'm going to put my face mask. So let's pop my face mask in the other one. What do you think is going to be heavier? Do you think my pen or my face mask? So let's have a go. So you want to wait for it to balance. Now what can you see? What is heavier, my face mask or the pen? Well done, my face mask is the heaviest because it's gone down and my pen has gone up. So that's telling me my pen is the lightest item, my face mask is the heaviest. So your mission today is to make yourself a set of scales. Take your time and don't rush, okay? And sometimes you might need to modify it. Just like me, I only put 1 ribbon on, but I wasn't balancing very well and the yogurt pot was tipping. So I added another bit. Okay, if you're using cups, you might want to punch 2 holes in either side and then thread your string through so that hangs down. Okay, so take your time in measuring this, and then it's your turn to carefully go and find 2 objects the same to see if your balance scales are right. Now these are called balance scales, so if you put objects that are the same, they're going to balance. If you put objects that are different and different weights, one's going to show you that it's going to go down because it's heavy and one will go up because it's light. So today you're going to make your scales, have a play and test to see if they work. And then tomorrow we'll be finding out some more about different objects that we're going to weigh, and you're going to have a chance to use them to find out which is your heaviest item and which is your lightest. Okay, have fun. I can't wait to see your videos of you making your balance scales. Bye bye for now.